Journeys Interactive, and IB stays on to take us through Journeys Interactive.
Well, you know that as arguably the first in Africa, well, Kenya's Supreme Court has been hailed for annulling the country's presidential polls, which the opposition says was rigged. And now social media has been buzzing. Well, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who emerged the victor, says he disagrees with the ruling but respects the decision of the Supreme Court. We are all aware of the tense political environment in Kenya, as previous elections have not been without violence. But what are the lessons to be learned from this bold move? The Supreme Court, that is what we have been finding out from you.
Well, I think it's the best decision ever. If our judges in Ghana would have done this, I think it would have been the best. I commend the judges in Kenya for what they did. They really showed that they know what they're about. And, I mean, justice delayed is justice denied. The earlier, the better. And they did exactly that. And I hope other African countries will learn from that.
We hope other African countries will continue to follow up and see the light so we can all develop from that. I think it's a good decision because it's helping them. And the people of Kenya are not regretting the decision.
I think we'll have to respect the Supreme Court's decision because, I mean, they looked at the facts and they saw what really went on during the elections. And it's good that they want us, I mean, they want the elections to be done again in 60 days. So I think we should respect the decision, and then, but we should hope that there's peace in Kenya, which is very important.
Okay, so now let's go on to our social media page and see what is happening over there.
Right, Kwesi Boateng says the Supreme Court has won the heart of the international community. Very bold and fair decision without blemish. But I thought ex-president and his colleague observers said the election was free. Or special greeting to Justice William Atogova. Baya Jeremiah says the Supreme Court verdict gave Africa hope in the area of defending the Constitution and also delivery of justice. The verdict teaches us to expect the unexpected. Observations of elections should also be a process and not an event. I wish Kenya a clean campaign. And Don Scotty says this this doesn't, I don't know, it's all what's just going to happen in the future in this government. Even, I don't know, I don't quite get your message, Don Scotty. Kofi Sam says this is a true execution and application of rule of law. I'm proud of the judges. I salute the Kenya Supreme Court. Let us all rise in defense of the truth.
Okay, well, that is what will happen on Facebook. Can we check what is happening on Twitter also? Okay.
All right, so on Twitter, we're getting a lot of memes showing up, and hopefully we can get to bring you some of the memes that we've been seeing. And you know, they're very much relating it to what happened in Ghana some 4 years ago during our own election petition. So let's get to check out some of the memes we're seeing on Twitter. So if you go to, okay, so there are two hashtags that we're interested in. That's Kenya. So Kenya is trending here in Ghana. And then we also have Supreme Court decides. That's in another, that's another hashtag. But yeah, well, these are some of the images you go there when you go to, right? So this one says blockchain can eliminate fraud from voting process, multi-source ID verification, biometrics, and blockchain for irrefutability. I think somebody is taking advantage of it to sell their business as well.
People do that a lot. When something is trending, they quickly catch in there.
The back of that. In peace building, one has to be honest and unpack the rationality of the situation that may lead to violence. Hashtag Kenya. Right, but let's move on. We can come back to some of those memes later on.
Okay, so let's move on to the second one. And you know, as the Feast of Sacrifice, a very important festival on the Islamic calendar. Well, it is a day when families and friends, together with neighbors, gather to break bread. But the good news is, whether you are a Muslim or not, well, you can be assured of great meal from your Muslim friends. So for you, the non-Muslims out there, what have you been doing today? What have you been up to? I suppose you have been visiting some Muslim friends and you have been treated to some delicious meals. So what is your goodwill message for the Muslims who are celebrating Eid al-Adha?
I really wish I could actually visit my Muslim friends out there, because it's been a while actually, having a little tete-a-tete and enjoying their meat and all that. So I wasn't able to, because I have a show at the Usumo today, which probably tomorrow I'll try and hook up with my Muslim friends actually. I just want to tell every Muslim out there that they are wonderful and they should continue being wonderful.
I wish them Barakadi Salah, and I wish them good life and everything else.
Have you been able to visit them?
Yeah, I visited one this morning and they were cooking, they were giving food and stuff like that. We had a lot of fun today.
Unfortunately, I live in a Muslim house, so I don't have the opportunity to go and visit Muslim friends because I have lots to eat and drink at home. What I want to tell them is that I wish God blessings for them. I wish them long life and prosperity so that next year I get much more better food to eat and then much more drinks to take.
Okay, let's go to social media and see what is happening.
All right, so on Facebook, Kwesi Wasenyapa says, I was at home doing some cleanups and also enjoying meals prepared for me by my wife. Okay, good for you. For my Muslim friends, I just sent them messages. Kofi Sam Klinsman says, I called a couple of my Muslim friends, but I searched through my contacts, thinking I could get Obedepong Bede, Tundra, Aisha's number. But that has been a mirage. Aisha, we JNI active partakers love you bunch. All right, Desmond Oakley says, I didn't go anywhere. I was at home eating my food, browsing the internet, watching my movies, Madakra. And then Kofi Sams comes back, said, I had booked a place at Movenpick Ambassador Hotel, and Obedepong Aisha is nowhere to be found. Israel, please give her a special treat. Now, girls are praying. And Adu Michael says, I told them the atonement of animal sacrifice is not accepted by God anymore. Only the blood of Jesus can save. Come and see how they insulted me. They insulted my mother, my father, my entire generation. Philip Ahuma says, my Muslim friends want to be stingy. They shouldn't forget that Christmas is around the corner. Baraka the Salah to them anyway.
Well, I don't know. Have you been able to visit any Muslim friend?
Well, I haven't been. I mean, I've been at work all day, essentially. Wow. But Auntie Muni made sure that we got some watch in the house.
Oh, okay. So at least you've been treated to some Auntie Muni watch. Well, can we go on Twitter to see what is happening on Twitter too?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have a friend who just killed a cow. So from here, I'm going to consume.
Okay. Yeah, and you're going to take it into the weekend.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Take it that easy and slow.
Good for you. Good for you.